Hi, friends. The last couple weeks, the kids and I have been talking about the story of Jesus meeting the woman at the well. And in this story, we have two people who would not be hanging out together, let alone having any kind of a pleasant interaction, a Jewish man and a Samaritan woman, because we know those two groups of people did not get along, went out of their way to avoid one another. And not only was she Samaritan, but she was a woman. And so when Jesus sees her coming to the well in the middle of the day, which is not when people would go to the well, which is why she goes in the middle of the day, to avoid the crowds, to avoid people, because she is an outcast and she doesn't want to be seen by people because she knows they will say things to her, they will call her names, and she's just trying to avoid it. But here she comes to the well to get her water, and here is a Jewish man who speaks to her, who asks her for water. And Jesus goes on to talk about the living water, and there's a lot to unpack with that. But the most important part of this story, I think, or the things that I think is easiest for kids to wrap their brains around, that matters the most about this story, is that Jesus sees this woman, someone who he should not want to be with, someone he should not be interacting with, and he sees her with compassion, with kindness. He says to her that we need more than bread and water, more than food and water in order to be alive. And so what he does is see her, to make her feel alive, that she matters, even though, or maybe because, she is Samaritan. She is a woman. She has had previous husbands, so many things that the society tells her is not okay about her. And Jesus looks at her for all those things and has compassion, has kindness to her. And so I think that is the most important, the easiest thing for our brains to wrap around in this story, that no matter who you are, no matter what you have done in your past or not done, that our God looks on you with kindness and with compassion. Our God delights in you. That who you are in the quietest spots of your heart, that you are almost afraid to admit who that is, who you are. Our God sees that and knows that and loves that about you. I love that these stories about Jesus help us to see who God is and what that love means. So may we go, as the Samaritan woman does, and tell everyone about Jesus and about this love that just kind of makes your brain pop, because it is for everyone. It is so expansive. Have a good week, friends.